I'm Judy Shaw for NYSE Floor Talk. Joining me today is Chatri Sityodtong. He is the founder, chairman, and CEO at One Championship. Chatri, wonderful to have you on the show. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you so much, Judy. I appreciate it.
All right, now before we get started, a quick note to our viewers that this interview is for informational purposes only. The NYSE doesn't recommend any investments or investment strategies. All right, so Chatri, exciting news. Earlier this year, Prime Video announced a multi-year agreement to broadcast 12 of your live martial arts events, with the first one coming up on August 26th. So tell me, what does this deal mean for One Championship, not only in the US, but also for global expansion?
It's really a massive inflection point for One, for a few reasons. Number one, Amazon has 200 million subscribers. It is a dominant player, obviously already in e-commerce, but they're making big waves in sports. And if you talk to a lot of media experts in the sports world, they will say that Amazon is likely to become, within the next 3-5 years, the world's largest broadcaster of sports, and definitely in the US. And here's why is, if you look at millennials and Gen Z, how do they consume media content? They don't watch TV, they don't watch linear TV, they don't watch cable TV. They are all about OTT, Amazon Prime or Netflix, or their smart mobile device, watching TikTok or Facebook or Instagram. And for another reason, so last year we went on a media rights roadshow in the US and met with several broadcasters, all the major ones, and actually had a few offers from the major ones. We ended up going with Amazon because we believe it's the future of live sports. Amazon's making big waves. As you know, they paid $11 billion for Thursday night football with NFL. And here's why they're such a massive game changer to the world of sports. Historically, media broadcast partners like an NBC or CBS or ABC or whoever you want to call it, Fox Sports, whatever, would buy these rights from NFL, and the way they would monetize is selling ad spots. And that's the primary driver. Amazon has 3 revenue drivers when they buy media rights. One is ad spots. They can easily do that. 2, obviously subscription fees from Amazon Prime, so getting new subscribers or having retention of their existing subscribers. But 3, the most powerful one is e-commerce. If they can get the Amazon Prime customer to stay, instead of 1 minute in and out, clicking and buying, but 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour watching NFL or watching One. Through AI, it can feed you exactly what you want to buy. And it's definitely working in NFL's case. Amazon customers are buying more and staying longer on Amazon, and hence their share of wallet is increasing. Their average time spent on Amazon is exploding. So this is the main thesis. But of course, it's a very proud moment for the continent of Asia, 4.2 billion people here. It's the first time in history that an Asia sports media property is being broadcast on a regular basis in prime time in the US live. And to say that we're with Amazon, which is the future of live sports, it's the future of entertainment, really, we're truly, truly grateful.
All right, well, you're definitely going to be making history on August 26th with that first fight that's airing on Prime Video. So now, talking more about global expansion, tell us about the Media City deal and why the MENA region is so important to One.
The Middle East obviously is a very exciting region, not only because culturally they love combat sports. There's a natural, grassroots interest that's growing exponentially. We see it in our numbers, in our data, but also we're very fortunate in that we've been in discussions with the Qatar government for the last, 5 years, around there. And we've become close with the Qatar government on many different levels, such that Qatar Investment Authority, Qatar's sovereign wealth fund, ended up taking a stake in One several months ago. And that's, the beginning of a relationship, of a true partnership, a long-term partnership. What we love about Qatar and the Qatar Investment Authority is that they have a long-term horizon when they invest. They really, truly act as true partners to the business in terms of building the business together. And so I think you can expect to see more announcements coming with deeper partnerships in terms of content stacks. And Media City, is the government arm essentially that's been tasked to build a world-class media industry out of Qatar. So if you think about His Highness the Emir, who's the ruler of Qatar, his vision for the country, because it's a small country, it's a couple million people and quite small territorially. Now, we all know that in 20, 30 years, the world will run out of energy, natural gas, oil, etc. It'll be too expensive to harvest. At least that's the current thinking. So the Middle East has to migrate into other industries to sustain itself in terms of economic the future. Qatar has identified industries that have massive scalability, very low people, capex, capital intensity, but can scale around the globe in terms of revenue potential. And lo and behold, it's finance, it's media, it's sports. Those are major industries where you can have own a piece of a sports property that scales globally, brings in revenues from every country, and be quote unquote with a regional headquarters in Doha, Qatar. So it's a brilliant strategy by His Highness the Emir, and it's a vision that I've personally bought into. So they have the World Cup, which is a massive moment for the country of Qatar this year. And after that, I fully expect to see more and more sports properties, and Qatar's vision of becoming an epicenter of global sports. Again, in terms of finding scalable ways to not only have economic might, but a real seat at the table on the global stage of business and sports.
I know that one has had significant growth over the past couple of years. Now, you have a lot of fans here in the US. When can we expect to see one events here in the US in person?
So definitely next year, knock on wood, that something crazy like COVID doesn't happen, because literally, as I said, when I said, hey, it's going to be this year, that was in 2020, right before COVID. And I had to eat my words because obviously we've been in lockdown for the last couple of years. But no, definitely, the plan is to increase the density of events broadcast on Amazon. So over time, it will be more than 12. That's, the initial plan. And then, a large amount of them will be on ground in the US. Q1 of next year is when we're anticipating throwing our first event on ground in the US. Again, prime time in partnership with Amazon.
Well, Chatri, we have something to look forward to here in the US. A lot of MMA fans here. Well, it's been wonderful to talk with you. Congratulations on your deal. Looking forward to seeing the fight on Prime Video on August 26th. Thanks for joining me.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jude. I appreciate it.